Hey friends!
If you have limited mobility or low vision that keeps you from doing the things you want to do, well, keep watching and we'll show you how it's possible to get out of the house and explore the Badlands. If you're here for the first time, welcome. We're glad you're here.
After living most of my life with normal vision, I became legally blind in my mid-50s. That, along with carrying a few extra pounds and being a bit out of shape, has made some things challenging.
Despite these challenges, we still want to go on adventures and see this wonderful world, just a little bit differently.
Please join us on today's adventure and be sure to stay tuned till the very end when we will give it our rating. We've done the legwork, so you don't have to.
The Badlands National Park in South Dakota. You are not going to want to miss this one. We have actually visited a few times because we love it so much. This area is known for layered rock formations with canyons and tall spires. It has bison, bighorn sheep, and prairie dogs as well. Right off the bat, you're going to notice that you can see so much right from the car. If you never step foot out of your car, you will still have a wonderful time, get great pictures, and love every minute of it. If you do feel like you could venture out of the car, there are many places that have parking lots, overlooks, wooden boardwalks, some with railings, many without, which that can be a bit tricky, but then also areas where you can just step out onto the rock and walk around. Many areas are flat and easy. There are some hills if you'd like to climb them. It's fun, we definitely did. And then there's some awfully steep hills and dangerous cliffs. More about that in a minute. There's some obvious trails. Otherwise, people just walk around anywhere there's a parking lot and you can get out on the rock formations. One caution, well, maybe there's a few cautions. I would say watch out for snakes because we found one. They're out there. Also, if you go after it's rained and walk a little bit on the rock, your shoes will become completely covered in clay, and we learned that from experience. The last thing I think I would caution is there are some very steep drop-offs and some windy roads, so be very cautious when driving and stick to the areas with parking lots and don't venture off and pull over too far or too close to the side of the road for pictures. I'm sure William can attest that at one point I pulled off to the side of the road and our car dropped about a foot down with a big thud. And it was kind of funny at the time, and thankfully there was no damage, but don't do that. Just be careful. Now let's talk about animals for a minute. As you enter the park, you'll probably see some bison on the side of the road, and of course, those lovable little prairie dogs. And once you're inside the park, you can see mule deer, bighorn sheep, maybe a snake, and definitely some birds. We saw the bighorn sheep right from the car, never even had to get out. It doesn't get more accessible than that.
Now it's time to rate the Badlands.
We like to give everything a score of 1 through 10 based on the following factors: accessibility, interest, overall experience. Honey, what's your rating?
I love the Badlands, and this is easily 10 out of 10. So accessible. You can find anything for anyone there, walking, hiking, picnic. Even if you never step foot out of the car, you can have a fantastic time. 10 out of 10. You should go right now.
And I too am going to give it a 10 out of 10. It's a photographer's dream. There are so many beautiful landscapes. You can look at one way and it looks like you're in Mars, or another way it looks like you're on the moon. You can see all kinds of nature. There's a beautiful thing that happens when the sun is rising or setting and it kind of glints off the side of those rocks and just gives everything a golden hue. There's nothing quite like it, and it's indescribable. Unbelievable to see the very first time. And a little secret about me is I love snakes. And we did see a snake while I was there, so that was a bonus. If I could give it a plus 10 above that, I would. But for me, 10 out of 10.
After listening to our experience, we hope that you're encouraged to go visit the Badlands. If you have any specific questions or comments, please drop them below and we'll do our best to answer them for you.
And thank you so much for joining us on this adventure. We hope you'll join us on future adventures. Have a great day.
Like and subscribe.